This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black Edition, and it's actually black, which is a novelty for GoPros because usually they're dark grey. I bought this because it has some of the best digital image stabilization I've seen. And I bought it predominantly to do B-roll footage, so I didn't always have to carry my mirrorless camera around on a gimbal, because that gimbal can get quite heavy. Then DJI bought this out. God damn you, DJI. God damn you. Cue the music. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Keith, and on today's video we're going to be talking about this little guy, the DJI Osmo Pocket. Now this is a handheld gimbal that literally fits in your pocket, and it really does. It's tiny. First impressions when I got this out of the box was it's heavier than I thought it was going to be, but that's not a bad thing. It feels robust, it feels strong, and the gimbal itself, the gimbal mechanism, doesn't feel flimsy like some of the DJI's previous drone gimbals. This feels strong and well put together. It just feels premium as well. And the buttons feel good. They don't feel like they're going to break anytime soon. One concern is that you get these little adapters that you can put in here. So the idea is you can fit many accessories to this accessory port. Pushing in that one for the lightning on your iPhone, it's a bit sort of strong. You have to really push it in, and it does cause me a concern that it might break things in time, but I don't know because it's obviously a brand new product. So I decided to do something a bit different to test this, because one of the main reasons I bought this was to do vlogging on. I've been vlogging previously with my Canon M6 and a Zion Crane Plus gimbal, but it's really heavy when you're carrying it, and your arm gets tired very, very quickly, whereas this thing, you can literally vlog for hours. The early reviews of this, the sound was not great, but just before release day, so I think on the 13th or 14th of December, DJI released an update, and somehow they have massively improved the audio on this. The audio is a lot better. So check out my sort of attempt at a vlog test thing here. Hi guys, we've come down to Pattaya to test this, the Osmo Pocket. This is completely on auto mode, except for the fact that it's shooting at 25 frames a second, but we're using the audio off this, so let's see how good it is. We've come down to Pattaya and Terminal 21, which is a brand new shopping mall. Now, anybody who's been to Pattaya will know what I mean by this, but when Obi-Wan said what he did in Star Wars Episode 4, he'd never been to Pattaya. Anyway, so we're going to walk around this shopping mall and just test out what this can do. At the moment, this has only just been out for a few days, and a lot of the features that DJI presented to us in the video are not in this yet, so we're having to wait for a load of software updates to enable things like color profile and story mode, which is a bit naughty, but I'll go into that in more detail later. Anyway, let's go into Terminal 21 and see what this thing can do. Testing out the vlogging on this, I thought I'd talk about Terminal 21 for a few seconds. So Terminal 21 is a brand new shopping mall in Pattaya. There's a couple of these in Thailand, but unlike a lot of the malls, this has a theme. This is the theme is the airport terminal. So when you come in on the ground floor, it's the airport terminal, but then you walk into Paris, and then each floor is a different city or country depending on the floor. So you've got London, Paris, Tokyo, and then randomly Italy. So no, not Rome or any city in that, but just the entire country, which is kind of weird, but anyway. But there's like a full sort of Eiffel Tower model in here. We've got the, I don't know if you can see over my head because this tracks my face. There you've got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and there's a few other things in here like that. So each floor is very differently decorated as well. So the toilets on the top floor is set out like an old bakery, which is a bit random in San Francisco. Anyway, getting back to this, as you can see, it tracks my face, and it does that automatically, which is pretty cool. So this is a really good vlogging tool, and just before it was released, DJI released a update which fixed a lot of the audio issues. The audio is still not going to be as good as putting on like a Rode video mic on here, and we are promised that they're bringing out an adapter. How you mount that mic is we're not sure yet. You might have to do a do-it-yourself kind of job, or hopefully third parties will bring out a sort of little adapter that have a hot shoe on it. The company that makes a lot of stuff for DJI, I think they're called PGY or something, they've brought out a phone holder that then has a holder for this as well, because one of the things that a lot of people are discovering, me included, is that the little connection on this isn't that strong, so it kind of slips on the phone. So they brought out something that holds it all together, and that has a hot shoe on top. So that will be quite useful, but we just need the USB-C adapter so we can plug a mic into this. But already I can see that this is going to be great for vlogging, because it's just so small. And the trouble is, if you want smooth video, you usually have to walk around with a mirrorless camera on a really great big gimbal, and your arm ends up hurting. But with this, it doesn't weigh a lot at all, so it's pretty good. Anyway, we're off to see a movie, so I will check you later. So that was my footage from Terminal 21 in Pattaya, testing out the vlogging capabilities of this. And that's predominantly why I bought this device. It is to do vlogging and B-roll, smooth, silky smooth B-roll. And I think this device is going to be more than capable of doing that. There are a few issues I've noticed with it, and you'll notice in the footage that you can't from this screen always tell what you're focusing on. But the fact that you have ability to plug the phone in and then you can monitor footage much better, it's great. The things I don't like about it at the moment are the fact that you can't do any pro settings in there. You have to plug the phone in. That's a little bit annoying at times, because sometimes you just want to shoot, but you want to be able to change between, say, 50 frames a second and 25 frames a second, depending on if you're shooting B-roll or not. So there's issues around that at the moment, but I think they will be addressed in the firmware update. The one thing DJI did do was address the audio issues with it from the early reviews very quickly. And whatever they did, and I don't know how they did it, they greatly improved the audio on this. Still think I'm going to be buying the 3.5 USB-C adapter so I can plug the external mic in it, because my Rode Video Mic Go is just, the quality on it is so much better than this. But the audio is not bad on this. I love this device, I really do. The negatives around it that I discussed in the vlog are more to do with the fact that DJI are absolutely crap at communicating with their customers. But I'll touch on more of that in a minute. The case that comes with it, which is here, is great. It's a tough plastic little case. It slots in like that. Great thing is when you turn it off, it goes into case mode, as you call it. So it's in the right position for the gimbal and everything to put it in the case. It only holds it for a few seconds, and sometimes I found by the time I got the case out and put it back in the case, the gimbal went sort of loose, and therefore you're faffing around trying to line it up again. So hopefully they will address that in firmware update and make it hold on a couple more seconds, or give you the option. It would be better if you have the option to do that. So that's good. It has time-lapse modes on it, and you can adjust that again on the phone. You have to plug the phone in to do that. You can adjust the sort of shutter speed on that, so you can get sort of trail light time lapses at night, which I think is going to be really cool. The issues I have, again, a few issues I have with it. The battery life on it is not the greatest, and because you can't change the battery in it, you are going to have to either carry a power pack around with you, or buy the probably a very expensive DJI charging case for it. Although that charging case, I will admit, looks really cool. And the fact that you can put a few other accessories in it and your ND filters, have to admit, I think you've already got my money there, DJI, as much as I hate to admit that. But yeah, if you're going to be using it like travel vlogging and things like that, and you're out for the day, carry a power pack with you, because it won't last the day, I promise you that. But That being said, I think I'm going to use this a lot. I'm going to obviously have to carry a power pack around, but I do that anyway. I am going to use this a lot, and I really do genuinely love it. I think the build quality on it is amazing. As I said, it feels strong, and just using it that day when we were at the shopping centre, I was loving it. I really was. And the fact, some people have complained about this, but I like the fact that you can plug your phone in and monitor like that. As I said, I hope they give you the ability to adjust the Pro settings on the device itself. I know the screen's really small, but you can do it. You get used to it. The GoPro, you can adjust those settings on it. So, you know, DJI, sort that out, please. Let's get on to the negative side a little bit. My view on this, as much as I love it, is slightly coloured by the fact that I feel that DJI mislead the public again. They send this out to all these early reviewers, and all these early reviewers had all these features that we don't yet have on that, and I don't get that. I mean, one of the main reasons I got it was the fact that you can color the video. You can set color profiles, you can shoot in D-Log, but this version doesn't have it, but the early ones did. The story mode, I thought I was going crazy, because you watch the DJI video and it says story mode, and it makes a huge song and dance about that. And I couldn't find it, and I thought I had a broken device. I went on their website and it said story mode and blah, blah, blah. And you really have to dig deep on their website to find a little tiny message in tiny little script saying coming in a future firmware upgrade. Why don't you just tell people, DJI? Well, we get it. You rush this to market so you could get it in time for the Christmas rush. I get that. This is what companies do. I'm a realist. I'm not going to complain about that. And okay, some of the features might need, a bit more perfecting. You obviously use the YouTubers not just to sort of drum up business, but to test as well. And I get that. That's probably a good thing. But communicate that with your customers. A lot of tech companies these days do release products with not all the features. I mean, the iPhones, for instance, don't always have all the features that you see at the launch. But one thing Apple do, and a number of other tech companies, is they make it quite clear that the features are not available at launch. DJI don't do that. They are utterly useless at communicating with their customers. You just have to go on Trustpilot and look at their score. It's one star. I've never seen anything that low on a company as big as DJI. And I'd like to say that it's undeserved, but all the dealings I've ever had with DJI Direct, it is deserved. Their customer service and their communication is frankly crap. And when you launch a new product, tell me it hasn't got these features. I will wait for it. I'll be a bit miffed, but I'll wait for it. But the fact that I think I'm going mad, or I'm spending all this time Googling things going, well, where's this damn feature? What am I doing wrong? Am I being stupid? When it's not there, communicate that. Communicate, please, DJI, please. Anyway, I want to finish on a positives because, as I said, I love this device. I really do. And it has huge potential. It's a handheld gimbal that's literally that size. I mean, look at it. It's tiny and it really does fit in your pocket. It's a revolutionary device. The minute I saw it, I thought, yeah, there's a lot of people on YouTube have said, I don't see the point in it. I really do see the point in it because the image quality you get from this is incredible. I mean, it's not going to replace my Canon M6 and my Zion Crane. I've decided to keep those because, you know, with this, you can change lenses depending on what situation you're in. But if you just want to pull it out and you're doing vlogging or travel vlogging, this thing's awesome. I mean, the quality of it is great. The size of it, and it does 60 frames a second in 4K. That's amazing. And 120 at 1080 with the crop factor, and that crop factor is quite substantial. And that was another thing it's worth mentioning. On the first YouTube devices, it didn't have the crop factor. And they then took it off and brought it back in the firmware. I think it's because it has overheating issues. You can't get everything on a device this small. It is the first version of it. But look, DJI, regardless of how crap their customer service is, they do make great products. And this is a really good product. It's really well built. As I said, it feels strong. And I will be using this a lot. So thank you for bringing out a great product, DJI. Really do like it. Learn to communicate with your customers. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit subscribe. And it just leaves me to say, have a really good Christmas. I'm going to try and make another video before Christmas, but if I don't get time, have a great Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Happy flying. Bye.